Well, Brian checks again.
255.
255,000 to bet now.
Raise.
Brian's getting out raising chips. He is raising on the draw here.
Tired of sitting down at a poker table filled with pros? Then come to WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With a maximum of 2 pros at each table, everyone has a chance to win. We are leveling the playing field at WPT Global. Sign up today with this QR code or go to wptglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT88 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There you see the chip count. Brian Altman out in front with about 8.2 million. Darryll Fish in second place with 5.4 million. That's what they're playing for. The winner tonight taking home over 453,000 Canadian dollars.
And the champion will win the beautiful Hublot watch to go along with the big money.
And the winner also gets that beautiful championship belt fence, something we don't have anywhere else on the tour.
Let's go to the felt. The antes are 10,000, blinds 30 and 60. We are at the spectacular Playground Poker Club. Action on AJ Gambino. AJ, a poker pro, quickly folds. Darryll Fish, who has made 4 WPT final tables, never a champion, has a pair of 6s. And he likes his hand. Makes it 140 to go. Rainier Kembe out.
Chip leader Brian Altman goes out, as does Carter Swidler.
Carter is a local from Montreal, and now Jared Mahoney, the short stack, has king 8 of clubs.
You'd like to see a flop with this out of the big blind. Cost him 80,000 more. His problem is he's got just under $1 million in chips starting the pot. It's going to cost him about 15% of his stack.
Oh.
But he makes the call here.
How much are you playing, Jared?
2 stacks of gray?
Yep. Okay.
Jared from Abington, Massachusetts, 32 years old. Let's see if he gets lucky.
Let's come King, Jack, 8, all hearts. Jared's flopped 2 pair, kings and 8.
Jared checked, and Darryll has a little heart, 6 of hearts, and Darryl's going to make a continuation and bet 100,000.
All in.
And a shove all in, Mike.
That's all you can do with 2 pair here.
Putting the pressure on the fish man. The fish man swims away. Our first hand going to Jared Mahoney. Says he loves tennis, played in high school and college. And we are moving on. Brian Altman, the WPT champion from Longmeadow, Massachusetts. First to act, he has an ace-10.
140.
Makes it 140 to go.
Vince, this guy has a pharmacy degree, but opted to play poker as a career instead of be a pharmacist.
Carter goes out on Jared, who won the first hand, has a pair of 10s in this one.
Well, Vince, you know he's going to raise this as well, just a matter of how much. Do you move all in, or do you make a smaller raise?
He's going to make it 500,000 to go. AJ Gambino goes out.
Everybody knows that's essentially an all-in bet because he's not going to fold if you set him all in.
Wow.
I ain't going to give it up.
Yes, we are at Playground Poker. We just found the bully in the playground right there.
Oh, man. Jared Mahoney off to a great start. After the first 2 pots, Jared Mahoney has moved into 4th chip position after starting in last place at this table.
140.
Carter, the local with ace-king of clubs, makes it 140 to go. Everyone going out so far. Around to Brian Altman, who has a pretty decent king, jack of diamonds.
Call.
We'll make the call.
First flop. Oh, maybe not. Third flop. Second flop. Third.
Carter is a local from Montreal, plays down here at Playground Poker Club all the time.
Oh, what a flop. Carter's flop top pair, top kicker. Brian has the nut flush draw and checks.
135.
Carter makes 135,000 bet after the flop. for sure Brian is going to play, just a matter if he's going to check raise or not.
Well, he's the chip leader.
Call.
He's just going to call, Vince. I would have check raised here, but he opts to call.
Going to the turn. Let's see if he picks off a diamond. No, 4 spades.
Well, there's a possible straight draw out there now, though. Well, Brian checks again.
255.
255,000 to bet now.
Raise.
Brian's getting out raising chips. He is raising on the draw here. It's going to cost Carter the rest of his stack, which is about 700,000 more in chips, if he wants to make this call.
All in.
I call.
Well, he's opted to go for it.
And Brian quickly calls, of course, hoping to get the diamond.
Carter's thrilled he's got the best hand here. Many times when a guy check raises you there, you think one pair, you hate to put your money in. Carter did. Out in front, can he hold off the diamond draw?
River card coming up, big card. It's gonna work, 9 of clubs.
Carter Swidler has done it, he has doubled up.
A local from Montreal taking down a big one against the chip leader at this point.
Just a little dent. Next time it'll mean a bit
Next
more.
time it might hurt more.
We got 6 players at Playground Poker Club just getting started. We'll be right back on the World Poker Tour.
Tired of sitting down at a poker table filled with pros? Then come the WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With a maximum of 2 pros at each table, everyone has a chance to win. We are leveling the playing field at WPT Global. Sign up today with this QR code or go to wptglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT88 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Brian Altman, the chip leader, raises with ace-queen to 140.
Carter out.
Jared Mahoney not playing. Gambino folding.
Around to Darryll Fish. He's going to make the call with the 2 6s. So these are the 2 chip leaders going at it.
6s didn't work out with him earlier, and here's the flop of 9, 5-3.
Darryl's going to check. Brian checks. Now that would tell me he's got 2 overcards there. No pairs. Now the 10 of diamonds comes off. Well, I think Darryll thinks he's got ace, queen, or ace, jack. He's going to make a bet here of 160,000, but because Brian has the flush draw, he makes the call.
Let's see if Brian gets lucky on the fish, man. River card is a diamond. Wow.
So 4 diamonds out there now, possible straight. Darryl's 2 6s just went in the tank. He's going to check here.
425.
425,000 to bet.
Brian Altman, a former wrestler in high school, now coaches wrestling.
Darryll gives it up. So 2 6s not working out for Darryll at this final table so far. There you see Brian's parents in the house.
What do you think about that play? I think that's a great hand for a great player. Didn't realize how loose you'd be playing.
I know. It's crazy. Something in the water.
And the blinds are moving up to 40 and 80,000, right back on Brian Altman. This time, he is going to look down at a king 7. Folds it.
Over to Carter Swidler. He's got the highway patrol hand, the 10-4. He's out.
And now Jared Mahoney with a very nice ace-jack of clubs.
He's going to make it 165,000 to go. AJ out.
Darryll Fish now with just a jack 4 of diamonds. He's got to be frustrated so far.
Now Vance, he is in the small blind, meaning he's out of position. He just has a jack 4, but you just have the sense he's thinking about making a move, and he is. He is going to 3-bet it here to 455,000 with a jack 4. Rayner goes out. Now what do you do with ace jack?
All in.
Wow, what a bet.
And Darryll quickly folds the hand.
Jared Mahoney moving all in for his tournament life there with just an ace jack over the top. of Darryll Fish.
And you could boil a pot of coffee on his head right now. He is steaming like a cheap economy car. Nothing working out so far for Darryll. See if he can turn it around. Action on Carter, the local from Montreal. He idolizes you, Mike Sexton.
Looking at the size of his arms, I'm glad he's on my side.
And he quickly folds.
Carter out, Jarrett out. Over to A.J. Gambino. He looks down at 2 9s. A.J.'s from Pennsylvania. Now lives in Montreal. Been a pro for 9 years. Plays mostly online poker.
Makes it 180 to go. And now Darryll Fish has ace-queen. Nothing going right so far for Fish. He wants to change that around. He's going to raise again. 355 total.
Second time in a row, he's 3-bet a pot. This time, 355,000.
Goes back around to AJ.
Come on.
And he is going to push all in.
What's the total?
They're all picking on Darryll tonight. Darryll Fish makes the call.
The classic race, the overcards versus the underpair. A.J. Gambino must have his 9 stand up to stay alive.
AJ is a juggler, rides a unicycle, plays a lot of poker. This is his first time at a final table on the WPT. The flop comes up ace-5-3. That is good for Darryll.
A.J. in dire straits now, must catch a 9 to stay alive in this tournament.
9 hearts.
We were both thinking it. Okay.
So the king of hearts comes on the turn. Well, AJ doesn't want the 9 of hearts now because that would give Darryll a flush. AJ's drawn dead now.
Last card irrelevant. 10 of hearts.
That's fine. Good luck.
Well, that's going to do it for AJ Gambino, the 27-year-old who lives in Montreal, out tonight in 6th place.
AJ's going to take home 87,000 Canadian dollars. Let's go see what he has to say.
There wasn't too many things I could do or decisions to make, but can't win all the flips. I'm definitely rooting for Brian. He's a close poker friend of mine, and I hope he takes it down. I'm going to join the crowd now and finish watching the rest of this table for sure.
Gotta love the color commentary.
Oh, Vince is the best. Makes the whole thing so much more fun.
I thought he hated me. That's so nice to hear. Thanks.
Hey, you have a fan club you didn't know about.
All right, to the felt we go. We got a few folds. Rayner also out.
Call.
Brian Altman calling.
Check.
And Carter, happy to see a flop with the Queen 5 offsuit.
Battle of the blinds. Here we go. Flop is a 7-3 deuce, so Brian gets a piece of that.
He is reaching down for betting chips. Going to bet the 2 3s, makes it 85,000 to go.
Into the local who has none of that.
225.
Oh boy, but he's
Wow.
got heart.
What a raise here by Carter Swidler with no hand, no draw.
700,000.
Now what is that?
It's a 3-bet fence with just 2 3s, that's what it is.
Amazing.
It's like he just suspected Carter was making a move, which in fact he was. Wow, these guys are playing right now, Vince. I admire both of them for fighting for that pot. Carter made a terrific move. It's going to win 90% of the time, at least. But Brian figured it out, came back over the top to take down the pot.
Junk over junk, impressive play, and now Darryll Fish has picked up aces.
Yeah, no junk here. As premium as it gets.
He is in first position, and he's going to move it to 200,000, inviting a call. Rayner can't play that mess, and now Brian Altman with a little suited connector.
540,000.
Oh, he's going to raise.
Wow, he is feeling his oats, Vince. Here he's 3-betting the guy sitting in second chip position with 5 high.
Carter and Jerry get out of the way, and now it's back on Darryll. Just going to call.
Now, Vince, most players would re-raise in that spot. Darryll Fish just hiding the strength of his hand. Now, flop comes 9-8-4 with 2 clubs.
Brian gets a little piece of that. Darryl's going to check him.
Well, Brian bets 420,000. That's one thing I can tell you about these 2 players. They're not looking to move up and pay. They're looking to take down the title. They go out 5th, so be it. They're looking to get all the chips right here if they can.
The strategy behind Darryll, just going to call this. Going to milk him like a Holstein.
Yeah, taking a chance. He could get outdrawn here, Vince.
9 of spades pairs the board. A little bit of a scare card there for Darryll. He checks it.
Let's see what Brian's going to do now.
He looks like he should be working at a pharmaceutical lab,
Put an apron on him, he'd fit right in the lab, wouldn't he?
mixing up the powders.
Fussing with test tubes. He does look like that.
He does.
Well, Brian is a pharmacist. He's going to check here, though.
Check, check. River card coming up. It's a queen of spades.
So now possible straight out there, possible flush. Board's paired. Again, Darryll checking 2 aces. He's definitely going to call if Brian bets, however. But Brian is going to check it down. He sees Darryll's 2 aces. They are going to win the pot. He's also going to make a mental note that he didn't get re-raised before the flop when Darryll held 2 aces. Beware.
Darryll Fish taking down a good one.
He also takes over the chip lead after winning that pot. Darryll Fish now out in front with nearly 6.5 million in chips.
He started off slow, but things are turning around for Darryll Fish. Going after his first WPT title after his 4th WPT final table. Action on Brian, quick fold by him. Carter.
And Carter looks down at his Jack 10.
Raise.
He's going to raise the pot. Makes it 175 to go. Jared out. Darryll Fish has king, queen in the small blind. Going to make the call. Rayner just not catching any cards. He's going to give it up here.
So king, queen versus Jack 10. Darryll Fish starting to get hot. Let's see the flop. And the flop is a 10-6-4. So 10's there for Carter.
Nice flop for him. Darryll checks.
It's just a thing of beauty when you raise before the flop with Jack 10 and you pick up top pair. Makes the continuation of 140.
Not a big bet into a pot that's got nearly $500,000 in it, though. And because of that, Darryll Fish is going to make the call here with the king, queen. But remember, he has to act first the rest of the way here.
9 of spades.
Now he has a gut shot straight draw. Again, he's going to check. Carter still has top pair, so he is going to bet again. $275,000 is the bet. Now what do you do if you're Darryll? He's going to make the call, Vince. As the cards lie, he needs a face card, king, queen, or a jack, to have the best hand.
Can Darryll pick this off? No, a 4 pairs the board.
Darryl's going to check.
Check.
And Carter checks right behind him. Darryll shows the king, queen, holding his breath like he's hoping it'll be good, but we see it's not.
Nice hand.
Carter winning the pot with 10s up.
Yeah, he's a local. We have 5 players going after the Playground Poker Club title here tonight in Montreal. We're coming back for more.
Tired of sitting down at a poker table filled with pros? Then come the WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With a maximum of 2 pros at each table, everyone has a chance to win. We are leveling the playing field at WPT Global. Sign up today with this QR code or go to WPTglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT88 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There you see the chip count. Everybody's got chips over 3 million. Darryll Fish out in front with just over 5 million.
And the antes are going up to 15,000. Blinds are 50 and 100. Brian Altman picks up the queens.
225.
And he's going to make it 225 to go.
Yeah, he's made a lot of moves with nothing. This time he picks up a real hand. Carter out. Jared out as well.
And now Darryll Fish with a pretty solid pair of 9s.
Doesn't re-raise with them though, Vince. Just calls.
Now the German has a 4-7. He's going to invest deeper.
A lot of money out there, Vince. $625,000. Just cost him another $125 to make the call, so he does so. And the flop comes king, 6-4. Darryll checks the 9s. Rayner checks bottom pair. And surprisingly, Brian checks the 2 queens. Now a deuce comes off. Well, Darryl's got to think his 2 9s are the best hand, Vince. I would certainly think it in this spot. So I would bet, just like Darryll's doing here, $260,000.
to Rainier, who has just got a little piece of that pair of fours.
It looks like he is getting out raising chips. He's
Oh,
not
wow.
calling here. He's betting 800,000 with just 2 fours.
He's going to try here. He gets the best hand out, the pair of queens. And back around to Darryll Fish.
And Vince, when you get raised here in this spot, especially with 3 players in the pot, the only thing you can beat is a bluff with the 2 nines. Do you really want to put your chips in there with it? Darryll doesn't. Well, the 2 big chip leaders
Good bluff.
just outplayed there, Vince.
Darryll Fish says, nice bluff.
Vince, there are times in poker you just get outplayed. You just got to salute your opponent when he does so.
That's why you don't want to play with good players.
Guys, 3 betting, 4 betting, making moves, gambling, coming back over the top. Wow, this is fun.
Carter Swidler, first to act. He's got an ace-9. Learned poker by watching, he says, the WPT. Loved it, and now he's playing with the big boys, and he's going to raise to 215. Jared right behind him with a pair of fours.
Well, you always like to see flops with small pairs. You're always hoping to flop that set. Other cards come out there, it's easy to get away from them if you don't help. So Jared does make the call.
Couple folds behind him, around to Altman.
Call.
He's getting a good price to make the call. $6.55 in the pot, cost him $1.15 to call. So he makes it, again, 3-way action before the flop.
Ace-9, Jack-8, pair of fours. Who will be lucky? The flop is a 10-5 deuce.
Well, no help to anybody.
Check.
Brian checks. Carter is going to check. And Jared with the 2 fours, thinking, hey, those guys didn't bet. They might not have any pairs. Let me bet here. 350,000.
Brian goes out. Back on Carter, who was the original raiser before the flop.
And he's got the key card and the ace of clubs as well. Looks like he's getting check raising money out here with just the ace high. What a play this would be. And he is doing it. He is check raised to 700,000.
The min raise, too. Very scary. If you're Jared, you got to be thinking this guy just trapped me.
But Vince, he has not mucked his hand yet, which is sort of surprising.
All in.
Oh, no. You got to be kidding.
All in, virtually for his tournament life, Vince.
Oh, Carter goes out.
Jared, he has moved to the chip lead from worst to first as we started this final table in terms of chip count. What a play by Jared Mahoney.